Alright, what's going on, everybody? My name is Marcus. Welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a day in the life video where you guys follow me around and watch what I do, because that would be creepy if I followed you around and watch what you do. But today I'm going to just go through my processes, show you guys what goes on for a six-figure reseller. I list 50 items a day myself on eBay. I have been kind of doing them all by myself here lately. I had a lister, an American lister, a subscriber of the channel reached out to me and asked if she could work for me. She quit on me after 2 days with no reason why, so I'm back to doing the listings myself. I do have my VA that's in Pakistan or whatever. I just don't know if I want to use that guy again, but I'm probably going to have to go, I'm probably going to have to use the VA in Pakistan a couple of times a week. There may be a few times a week where I can do all the listings myself, but there's some days where I do coaching and I have just several events throughout the daytime that don't allow me to just sit and list all day long. And so a viewer of the channel did ask, why don't I do like 4 days of work in 3 days and or why don't I do all my work in 4 days and then take 3 days off a week? Well, the thing is, guys, is that's why I do 80 in a day, because I'm taking 2 days off a week, and I essentially am now taking 3 days off a week, theoretically, right? I do 2 days of sourcing and I take 1 complete day off of eBay every single week. So technically I do have 3 days off, because on those 3 days I just launch drafts and I pack orders on 2 of those days. The third day I just take completely off from eBay, period. In order for me to do more than that, I would literally have to be doing like 120 a day to take like what, 4 days off a week and then work all my listings in 3. I don't know. It just seems like a lot to take on right now. So I'm gonna just keep rocking it the way that I'm rocking it, and you guys are gonna follow me around to see what I do in those days. So today is just a typical day, nothing special. I do have a coaching call at 6 p.m. Central, and then I immediately jump into youth group at church, where right now I'm just volunteering on the sidelines to find out where I belong there, and then I'll actually step into a position within the next couple of weeks. But anyway, it's got nothing to do with reselling, so I'm gonna hop into what we got going on here on the back end. Today is Wednesday the 28th, which, by the way, kicks off the start of 3 uploads a week on YouTube. So the release days will now be Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday videos for me, and then live streams Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'll be doing YouTube 5 days a week now. So taking on another task there as well. So like, it's like the busier that I get, the bigger stupid light rays, the busier that my business gets, the more things I add to my plate. I mean, how does that even work? But anyway, we got 34 orders going out so far right now. 30 of them were from yesterday. 4 sold overnight. So far we're sitting at 36 bucks, which is not a lot, but it'll grow. Last couple of days have been pretty decent on the sales side of things. You see right here, I had a really low day, 310, and then we shot up to 906 on Sunday for some reason, and then Monday was 694. Yesterday was 699. Today we're at 36 bucks. So hopefully this trajectory stays the way that it is, at least for a few days, man. It'd be nice to just be able to make a couple of dollars for a few days, minimum. I'm not gonna turn it down if it goes longer than a few days. But the first part of my process every single morning is to wake up, send or accept offers, or send and accept offers, and then I send invoices. Now with the invoices, what's been going on lately for me is, and I think a lot of you have had this problem as well, to where I'll send the invoice and then it restarts the time that the buyer has to pay over again. So for me, what I've been doing on people that have not paid, the day that they put the item in their cart, or the day that they purchase the item and they don't pay, I'll send an invoice that day. But so for the day after, so for instance, this jacket was bought yesterday, what I've been doing is just contacting the buyer instead of sending them an invoice, and I've just been copying and pasting in a blurb, asking them to pay for their item or to request a cancellation. And I've been doing that, and so far that's been kind of converting better than an invoice usually. So I'll just continue to do that until they get whatever this glitch is that restarts the invoice process over every day, until they get that glitch figured out. Now, what I have noticed is, even though the invoice does start over the time frame every single day, I can still cancel the order for buyer hasn't paid within 4 or 5 days, whatever the time span is. I can still go to the drop down menu and select buyer hasn't paid as the reason of cancellation after the 4th day. So even though it's still starting over, it does not remove the option to cancel the order because the buyer's not paying. So in reality, it doesn't even matter that I'm sending this buyer these messages. I could just continue to flood them with an invoice every single day until they pay or cancel. So that's just one of the workarounds that I've come across. What else is going on the side of eBay things? In the live stream last night, I talked about USPS Advantage or Ground Advantage. So if you guys want to check the live stream that I did out on Tuesday, the 27th, we go over that in, I wouldn't say extensive detail because there's not really much to go into, but check out the first few minutes of that live stream. We definitely go over that in there. So next up on the process, since I don't have all my items here yet, they get washed, and there's no way that I can, my mom, I pay her to wash the clothes. There's no way she can wash 250 items in one day. It's just not going to happen. Literally, she works the job, and then she spends the rest of the day washing the clothing. So I got to go grab 3 bags, IKEA bags of clothing, and that's going to be today's listings. But for right now, what I'm going to do is we're going to take these clothing items, is what I listed yesterday, these 2 boxes and this box right here. We're going to go to the storage unit and pack today's orders first, and then we'll go get the clothing items that I'm going to list for today. And I'll just bring you guys along with me and see what interesting stuff we come to talk about and answer some of you guys' questions. These day in the life videos are where I go for whatever questions you guys ask in the comment section and try to, provide as much value as I can to help you guys grow your business. So leave it in the comment section. Whatever questions you guys have, I'll answer them. And then if I don't answer them on the videos, ask them on the live stream, or whatever I can do to help you guys out. That's what this channel is for, is to help you guys reach your goals inside your reselling business. Okay, so here at the storage now, I've been thinking about how to, because a lot of you guys keep saying stuff about these boxes being on the ground. So I've been thinking of ways to get the boxes up off the ground. Now, if you see like these shelves, the boxes are not on the ground. They're still low to the ground, but on these shelves, the boxes are on the ground. So there's a couple of options, right? What I could do is, how I got this shelf right here. See how high these boxes are up to the ceiling? So what I could do is I could buy another shelf, right? And then take the racks or the shelving slots actually, and then lift the bottom boxes up off the ground and add another shelf, probably to like where this bracket is right here. So this bracket right here will have the shelf, essentially keeping all the items off of the ground, and I could just raise each one of these shelves up on this unit to match this unit, and everything will be up off the ground, and just take up some of the space that's in between each of these shelves. So that's just kind of something that I'm thinking on. I don't know. The only other option is honestly to just like get a pallet and slide it underneath the shelving units, but that's not going to work for, I don't know, maybe it will work for this one too. I'm not sure. These boxes are 32 inches long. I don't know what the standard pallet size is, but maybe I could cut one in half. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something to figure out how to get these boxes up off the ground, because everybody keeps saying stuff about the boxes being on the ground, and I know like the first thing that people would do was celebrate if this basement did flood and be like, I told him to get those boxes off the ground. And, it's sad that people love to hate so much, but Gotta try and figure out a solution before it gets there to that point. So I'm here at the storage getting ready to pull these orders. Grab my trusty box, shopping cart, and we'll go ahead and pull these orders. Now, I have to go live on my Patreon in 1 hour. I live like 1 minute away from my storage unit, so, or this storage facility that I keep all my items in. I live 1 minute. Got an appointment tomorrow, that's my reminder. So I live 1 minute away from my house, or this storage unit facility that I use, this basement in this house, is 1 minute away from my house where I live. I go live in 1 hour on my Patreon with Bo Johnson. Shameless plug. If you guys want help growing your business to 6 figures, this is the place to be. I myself am $5K away from hitting $100,000 this year, so it's repeatable. I did it last year. I did it quicker this year. You guys can do it too. And inside this Patreon, we teach everyone how to do it. It's not just, a few people that can do this. I think that if you really have the focus and dedication and the processes that will help you reach your goals, anybody can do it. I just think it takes a strong-minded person to actually do it. Let us help you get there. Come join this Patreon. There's 35, 36, 40 people, something like that in there right now, all like-minded individuals that are all on their way to earning more money than what they were before the group. Everyone's percentages are up. It's great. There's resources in there, item-specific guide, a spreadsheet. There's actually several guides in there with keywords and things like that, also to help you optimize your listings so you guys can sell more items faster. Free trial, 7-day free trial. You guys can come join it, check it out. If you like it, stay. If you don't, you can bounce. It's all good. We're not going to be offended, but we do want to provide the most value to as many people as possible. So come on over there, give it a try. If you don't like it, you can leave. If you do like it, it's $1 a day after that. So we'd love to see you over there. But anyway, back to what I was saying is I got to go live in an hour on the Patreon. I do a morning call. It's 9 o'clock Central Time. Tuesday through Friday, because I source all day Monday. So I gotta pull these 30 items now, and then I'll probably come back and I'll pack them after I pull them here. So let's get into pulling these. So one thing that I feel is very, very important to do is answer customer service immediately. This person wants to know if these Snoopy sweatpants are women's or juniors, and since I'm a dude and the tag doesn't specify, I don't honestly know the answer to that question, so I just hit her with the I don't know. The tag says 3XL. I provide measurements. Please compare them to what you wear, because in the end, I can't really say with 100% proof that these are juniors or women's. Usually, with a woman's jean size, is going to be the odd numbers or juniors. I'm a dude, man. I wear dude clothes. I don't know that much about women's sweatpants. Now, yes, you should say, you sell clothing, you should know about it. Well, that's why I don't sell that much women's clothing anymore. I don't know very much about it. I do know that you can provide measurements for the people to check and verify that it matches what they wear, and then they can make an educated decision from there. But when it comes down to, and she said, okay, thank you. So when it comes down to stuff like this, that's all we can do, guys, is do the best that we can. I don't know 100% proof that these are juniors or women's pants, but I can tell the buyer with the best of my ability, provide the best information inside the listings to prevent a return as possible. Last night I looked up on my live stream. I've sold almost 5,000 items this year so far, and I've only had 67 returns or something like that. So I think that's pretty low, actually. My return rate is like 2%, two something percent. So I think I'm doing okay in the aspect of providing an accurate description and condition of the item, as well as providing measurements. Measurements are key. If you guys are not putting measurements in your listings, I really suggest you do it. A lot of people are turned off by doing free returns. Free returns are a part of the game, in my opinion. It makes the buyer much more comfortable to shop with you, and you get a 10% additional discount. You get a 10% discount on final value fees. So that right there pays for any of the returns that you do get. With me getting 10% final value discounts on 5,000 items, I can only imagine how much money like in the return bank stored up that is, right? So 67 returns, I could probably get 200 more returns this year and still not have to pay for them out of my own pocket. Does that make sense? Especially because most of the items that I sell are first class items. Let's see here, what do we sell? Sold a Gatlinburg, Tennessee sweatshirt. Hey, let's go. Okay, so back to pulling up orders. All right, here's all the orders. I'm gonna jump in to try to pack as many of these as possible. I have 40 minutes, so I should be able to get all these packed in 40 minutes and then shoot back to the house before going live. All right, guys, all the orders are packed. Time to go hop on this live stream for the Patreon, and I'll catch you guys when I'm done with that. All right, guys, so I'm off the call now, off the Zoom call for the Patreon, and I figured I'd jump into a couple of these YouTube questions. Now, some of these I've already answered in the comment section. Well, I've answered all of these in the comment section before, but I'm going to ask them on the video so that way people that don't read the comments can also receive the same value. So, Joe4633 says, love your vids. You may have answered this before, so I'm sorry, but how do you go about listing items that are not the size on the tag? I'm coming across a lot of oddly sized items. Do you leave the eBay specifics same as the tag? Appreciate your content. And so what I do, predominantly I run across this with jeans, right? So the tag may say 32, but then the measurements say 30. And so what I do is in the size section on the item specifics, I'll put what the tag says, right? But then in the item specifics for the waist measurement and the inseam measurement, I'll put what the item actually measures out to be. So that way the buyer knows what the item actually does measure to. And then you can make a note for that in the condition description, even if you feel like you need to do even more. So personally, that's just what I do. Another question is from the Super 4057. It says, what do you think of the new AI description tool? I've played with it and it seems to make very good detailed item descriptions. Oddly enough, the feature isn't on the desktop version. Is eBay trying to make the app more seller friendly? So in my opinion, I don't use the AI description tool because number one, buyers aren't reading descriptions. Number two, the description is not searchable. So I'm not going to put a lot of effort, even if the AI is doing it. I'm not personally, this doesn't mean that you don't have to do this. I'm not putting a lot of effort into my description because nobody's going in there reading a paragraph on how this item flows freely and like you'll look stylish in this such and such a shirt. And I don't care about none of that mumbo jumbo personally. So I'm not going to let somebody sell me an item that's worse than what the description is making it sound like. Does that make sense? I'm selling used items. It doesn't have to be talked up. It doesn't require me playing it up to sell an item. So I think AI is just the thing right now to where if you're not using it, you're losing. So all the platforms, all the any company out there that's online even that's not online, AI is here to stay. AI is the new thing in the future. Even when you go to the grocery store, your self-checkout, these machines are like, they're taking tasks that can be delegated to a bot, to some type of artificial intelligence, and the humans are going and doing other things, and anything that you can do inside your business to where it can be automated, I suggest you do as well. If not, you're going to become a relic. You're going to get left behind. AI is the new wave. Find out what you can do inside your business and let AI do it for you. But me personally, I will not be using the AI descriptive tool because it's the description tool because it's just not. It's not what buyers are not reading descriptions like we think they are. Because I've put stuff in the description and still get messages from buyers asking me, what's this? What's that? Does this do that? And it just shows me that I don't need to put that much effort into my descriptions. As long as my title and item specifics are accurate, that's really all that matters to me. Relaxation Station says, do you recycle your clothing bags? This would save you hundreds of dollars in the long run. I used to buy the resealable ones that you're using and switch to the zip seal Ziploc seal bags because the resealable ones don't reseal that great. Uh, I'm not recycling my bags. And while my bags may be resealable, they're not resealable. That strip is only good for a one-time opening. And once I have to open that bag again, I have to tear it open. So I ship the items out in the bags that I store them in. I don't have time to be trying to tear a bag open perfectly, and I'm not going to Ziploc bag, and that's just too much time, right? To be trying to open up a bag and then like not ship it out in the bag that I have it stored in. So I'm not recycling anything. I'll leave that up to the buyer that buys it. If they want to recycle it, they can. All the stuff is a deduction at the end of the year. So when it comes down to it, I've only spent like $1,000 on shipping supplies this year so far, and that's with boxes, with shipping labels, with everything that I do inside my business. I've spent $1,000 on Amazon this year for shipping supplies. So while we're halfway into the year, that might seem like a lot for someone, but I've sold over 5,000 items. So at the end of the day, it's not that big of a price for me, to be able to just deduct on the itemization, just deduct it, So those are just a few questions that I'm dealing with, or that I've had on the comments of the last video. I'm going to jump into going to the post office now. We're going to drop off all these orders, and I'm going to grab the new items that I'm going to take pictures of now. All right, guys, this is the 3 bags of clothing that I've gotten from my mom's house. This should be about 80 items, which is a day's worth of listing for me right here. So we're gonna go ahead and get these back to the house and get them laid out for the photo process. So one of the things, probably the biggest thing inside of your business that you can do to ensure that you succeed is to instill some redundancy, right? I know if you guys watch these videos, a lot of things are the same, right? I do everything the same way every day, and that ensures that I succeed, that I hit the listing goal without fail, that I meet the mark, right? That I set for myself, that I hit the goal. None of this stuff is fun, guys, as far as getting things done, procedures and things like that, right? But when you set a goal, no one's going to hold you accountable but yourself. So you want to do everything you can inside your business to instill that you succeed. And if everything's different all the time, it's going to allow too much variation, too many uncontrollable things to come into play. And then you're going to be all over the place. Then your emotions might get flared up. Then you don't start listening because you don't feel like it today. And then what do? You fail? You take the L? Not me, not in my business. So everything's the same every single day. I'm not going to miss my listing goal. I'm not going to make excuses. It doesn't matter how I feel. I leave my emotions at the door. And that way it helps me to reach success. Then I feel good about myself. I feel like, hey, man, you did your thing today. You got up. You didn't want to do it, but you still did it. And at the end of the day, man, all you can do is control the controllables. You can't control what buyers are going to message you and ask you questions. You can't control whether a person buys something that doesn't fit. You can put the measurements in the listing all you want, but at the end of the day, you can't control what someone does. So all you can do is the best that you can do to ensure that you're putting out a good quality product, quality listing at market price, and accept fair offers, right? That's what I'm gonna do. And I don't know what you're gonna do, but I really hope that inside your business, you're doing everything you can to make sure that you make as much money as you can and get as many listings up as you can as well. And if that means having a process, a procedure that allows you to leave your emotions at the door, streamline everything, get as many items listed as you possibly can in the most amount of time or in the least amount of time as possible, I really hope you're doing that, because it's definitely been a game changer in my business. All right, guys, so we are back at the house. I've got 80 items laid out right here. I'm going to take photos of them. It is 12:31 right now. I got boxes set up for all the items. Once I take photos of them, bag them and tag them with custom SKUs right here, I make these myself. There's a link, or there's a video of how to do this on my channel. You guys can get all the stuff you need to do that. And then I'll bag them up and I'll box them, and then I'll sit them over there. And I'm gonna time how long it takes for me to do all these photos. It takes a lot longer to do these photos with taking the item, the photos of the item on the board, and then the additional process of weighing the item on the scale, putting the SKUs on them after bagging them, and putting them in the box. So this process can go a lot faster for you if you don't do the SKU. So yeah, this process will go a lot faster for you if all you guys are doing is just taking photos and then like throwing the clothes into a random bin or something like that. But for me, I have to document where the item is going with custom SKUs, so that way I can find it when it sells. And I also need to bag it and tag it, so that way I can store as many items in my storage system as possible. Boxing these items up like this, it's 25 to 35 items in one of these boxes, to where I can cram them all on the shelves that you guys see in my what sold videos. And if you guys need any of these products, any of the boxes, the bags, the SKUs, all that stuff, there's links for it in my description. You guys can go down there. It's easy access. You can use the products I use, or you can use something totally different. But what I use is there for metrics for you to gauge on what you may or may not need inside your business. Because at the end of the day, you got to find what works for the inventory system that you are using. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking these photos, and I'll catch you guys in a few minutes. All right, guys. It is 2:58. I just finished. Let me just show you guys the verification. 2:58. I just finished taking all the photos. Those are the last 2 items of the 80. So now I'm going to upload all these photos to my computer, and in the meantime, I'm going to eat some food. Boy's hungry. It just took me 2.5 hours to take 80 sets of photos, bag and tag each item, put the custom SKU on them, and then put them away. So it's actually pretty decent, man, because normally it would take me, I want to say it'd take me about 2 hours to take the photos, just 40 sets of photos for the VA, because I have to sort through those little tags on the back of the couch right there, just to get the condition description tags and the gender for the lister. So cut the process back down to a measurably low time frame of taking photos. Let me tell you guys something, man. Taking 80 sets of photos in 2.5 hours is not easy on the body. Definitely recommend you guys getting like a fatigue mat, on clouds, some types of shoes. Don't do it in Birkenstocks. That's not where it's at, man. I promise you, it's not comfortable. What else? Subscribe to Urban Picker, my boy in Reseller Life. While I get ready to take these photos, I just want to let you guys know that in this industry, right, consistency is the key. The compound effect is the key. If you list 50 items a day, every day for the whole year, guys, it will pay off. Your store will grow. You will gain enough items to where you will start to sell a boatload of items at the end of the day, guys. I've been listing 50 items since, I want to say May. So almost 2 whole months now of listing 50 items a day. And there are days where I sell 45 items. The average is about 35 items a day. And that's up from at the beginning of the year where I was just selling 20 to 25 a day. So it's slow growth, but it's gradual and it's consistent. So when it's all said and done, if you guys stick to the script, do your listings, get your listing goal up by any means necessary, the growth comes, the sales do come. Even in summer slowdown, I'm still up. So I really want you guys to stay motivated, persevere, and push through. And I give this talk to my guys in the Patreon, the people in the Patreon, because there's women in there too. The people in the Patreon, I give this pep talk quite often because I feel like it's imperative that you guys keep high spirits about this, and just know that even on the rough days, those aren't every day. So stick with it. It will get better, and I really hope you guys continue to stick through, because people are tapping out left and right nowadays, and that's not what we need to do. We need to just stick with it, and eBay will reward you. They always pay out. At the end of the day, they do what they're going to do if you do what you're supposed to do. So Hopefully that motivates at least one person out there. That's going to do it for this video. Catch you guys on the next one. But until then, let's make this cash, guys. Peace.